Hello guys, welcome to the new Twitch we've got running for Tier 2 today, ABR F1. Here we've got Chinese Grand Prix, a place I don't think we all want to go right now, but I mean I think according to China, coronavirus is completely gone over there, so it's pretty lucky for them. But our focus today is on the qualifying session here in China. And first out we've got Richie Skills in the Renault. Trying to quite a tough circuit, a lot of long swooping corners, got the back straight, one of the longest straights on the calendar. So it's not all about downforce in this track, it's all about a little bit of straight line speed as well. So qualifying one, we've only got 15 cars interestingly in this session, so we're actually not going to see anybody knocked out in this session. So this is a pretty easy session for everybody really. They're just going to go out and do what they want, get their setups. Well, their setups have got to be right just now because you can't change it obviously. You see the Red Bull quite close to the back of Richie Skills here. I think maybe Richie Skills was wanting to let him by, but Red Bull's having none of it. He'll quite happily stick to the back of him, and he's going to leave a gap now. We'll watch Richie Skills since he's on the first the man to start a flying lap here in qualifying. See the Red Bull going a little bit wide there. I wonder if his flying lap was validated or not. So we'll find out after this anyway. Going through the tough first sector, sequence of corners as well, long right-hander, quick left. But he seems to deal with it fine. Coming to the end of the first sector now, 24.3 in the first sector. Could have been a little bit attractive into that first left-hander there. It looked like he'd just waited a little bit too late, went a wee bit wide as well. 52 middle sector. Don't be attacking this lap as much. Obviously it's only Q1 for now, and goes wide on the exit there. Just getting on the curve, but costing face a few tenths. It's only Q1 as I say, nobody's going to get knocked out here. Braking hard for the hairpin. Gets it completely fine. We've got a latecomer who would have actually seen 16 cars. Might have actually been better just to wait for him to join, but we've not got him. We'll have to wait till the race. But Richie Skills crosses the line to put the banker lap on, a 1:32.8. I think we'll see a little bit faster FR Michael, 1:33.2, so a couple tenths down. Got Nicholas Nick with 1:34.8. Lethal now completing his first lap. And comes out the final corner. 1:32.0, the fastest lap so far. Still yet a lot more people to come. Got leading standard. We've got Kimmy, who's just gone 1:32.8. We've got a yellow in sector 2, I think it's a Red Bull, who's gone off. Or is he just letting people by? I think he was just letting a few drivers by. Doesn't appear to have no damage. Back on board Legion Standard now, coming into the hairpin in the last sector. Into this final corner, tough left-hander. Get it wrong, it's always the best, but he comes across the line to complete it second place for now. Well, a 1:32.6 jumps Safian, who's just put a lap in with 1:32.8. Red Mist in sixth with a 1:33.0. Jerry Javin just coming out on track. To just go on his out lap, got dead shot at the final corner. Had a couple disconnections, well, a problem with the connection in the last race, but looks like he's strung in lapping well. It's a 1:32.6, puts him third for now. Kipu will be getting ready to start his lap. Just comes out of the final corner to start his lap. We'll ride on board with him into the first corner, long right hander. That's off the DRS, a tight line in entry, and then comes out just when the corner starts to just end. It's a tidy through two, good exit. And to believe this is turn 4. There's that kink just along the straight there. Is I think turn 3 keeps tidy a little bit in the curb there. It's fast left-hander, wide on entry, but it keeps a tight line on the exit. There swings it across, tight line on the right. You want to stick to the right here so you can throw it a little bit better into that left-hander. He goes a bit wide, compromise the time a wee bit. 52.1 in the middle sector. Strings the corner as well. See how he does on exit, onto the back straight, tight line. It'll be a clean on the exit. We'll just open the DRS and focus on the braking into the hairpin. It's not the easiest, you can't get wrong. It's just at the curb, fast down the gears, a little lock up, flips the apex well, uses the left hand side of the track. Now one corner to go. Looks like he took a wide entry more to the middle of the track, but comes across the line. Moves 4th with a 1:32.6, so definitely still improvements to be made there. Got Jerry Jarvin who's on a lap, 51.7, goes a little bit wide on exit though. Onto the straight, that does compromise your straight line speed. All the way down to the hairpin, so he'll be losing time. Now into the hairpin. Looks a little bit tidier than we've seen Kipu do. He does take a tighter entry, chucks the car in really well, uses all the track on the right hand side, crosses the line for 31.8. So that will put him fastest for now, and that'll definitely get him through to Q2. And well, I think everybody's going to get through to Q2 as I said, because there's only 15 drivers. You've got QXR and Kehoe just about to start their lap. And I think well, street racing is the next man to set a lap. Had a good race in Bahrain, really put a lot of people under pressure. We put our race leader, Nicholas Nick, pressure, but couldn't quite get past him in the end, and sadly suffered with penalties as well. So Deadshot was retiring there, but he did retire in the pits, so it's all good. A little bit wide, oh he's gone wide, very wide, and that'll be an aborted lap. Keeps the car pacing forward, and he'll go again. Just trying to get as much power down as he could there on the exit. Got a 25.1 from Kehoe in the first sector, we'll ride with him. Got away with a penalty in Bahrain, rightly so. I got it wrong. And all focus is now on this race. I'll be all behind him. Looks tidy. 33.0. A little bit tight in exit there. Like he couldn't get the power down fully. He's using all of his ARS, as you can see there. 5th hot lap. Usually overtake is actually slightly faster. Now into the hairpin now, a lot of curb into the entry there. He keeps his time. It looks like a slow lap to be fair from Kehoe. I wonder, going to be into the 32s anyway. It's the 33.3, so down in 11th place, but I'm sure he can go much faster than that. Nicholas Nick out on the hard compound tyres. As we seen a rapid lap, Lethal retired in the pit lane, a rapid lap from Nicholas Nick, but he actually messaged me after the race saying that it was a glitch in the either in the times or whatever, so it actually wasn't that time, so see what he can do today in the hards in China. He's just about to start his final lap. So he comes around the final corner, uses all the track to start his lap. And be interesting to see what he can do. He does look quick on the slower compounds. Takes a wide line. QXR goes fastest, a 1:30.9, so nearly a full second quicker than Jerry Jarvin. Oh, and looks like Nicholas Nick has backed out of that for a wee mistake, I think. FPL 444 on an out lap, just out of the pits. And not really anybody sitting on laps just now. We've got street racing. He's jumped up to 4th after making that mistake on his out lap. Sorry, in his first flying run. So that'll put him a little safe. Got Sufyan, I think, on another lap. He's just a 10th down on his lap in the middle sector, so we'll see if he can find anything better on this lap as he comes round the final corner. Looks like he got the corner better there. Kimmy jumps up to 3rd, 1:31.8. But just missed out 2.5 tenths there, does Sufyan, so no improvements for him. We watched FBL on his first flying lap. He is on the soft compound tyres. Had a good race as well. He looked very fast in the softs last time out in Bahrain. Was charging through the back, catching the leaders. He did get to the back of them. Okay, it was 30 finished actually. I can't quite remember. So he had a decent race. It was very good. Good pace. This looks like a tidy lap so far. Using all the track on the right hand side as you're allowed to do. The 51.4 in the middle sector. He could get a tow of his the racing points could be nice. He's got the curve on the outside. Just compromise a wee bit. Yeah, I'll have no time. Could get a tow from up ahead to you there on the right hand side. He catches it, he decides against it. Decides to stick to the racing line. Brakes hard for the hairpin. Gets it beautifully. Good exit. Now into the final corner. Throws the car in. Good exit, amount of exit. Road of the right hand side, sorry. Crosses the line, goes second with a 1:31.1. So still only a couple tenths down. So I was going to say he's quite far off, but he's not. He's within. Nicholas Nick on his lap. Come into the final corner now. Throws the car in. Good amount of exit. And crosses the line. 1:33.7. So he's either saving some time, or he's just getting a feel for the hards and working, trying to get them in ready maybe for the race. But he's right now bottom end of the field, but he doesn't have to be the fastest, because I don't think anybody will be knocked out unless the game decides to knock one or two. So I can't quite remember. I don't know if it knocks out for place or not, but we'll find out anyway, as we've got 2.5 minutes left of this qualifying session. not be exciting session, as we're not going to see, as we don't think, going to see anybody knocked out, as everybody is in the pit lane, apart from FPL and Nicholas Nick, who are on out laps. So the track pretty quiet right now. I wonder if we'll see Sufyan coming out now. We'll see one more lap maybe from everybody to improve in their lap. Sufyan has retired from the session. That was on track as well, so wonder if Street Racing all retired, but he was in the pits, so maybe to have a look, see what the rules are about retiring on and off track. QXR retired. I think we'll see quite a few people now retire from the session and maybe get this session finished pretty early, as there is less than a lap of time left, and now that will be the end of Q1, so hopefully we won't see Nicholas Nick knocked out. Hopefully the game doesn't take him out. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, but I think that is definitely going to be Q1 over and done with in this race. Sorry, in this session, and Q2 is where we'll start to see some better action. Only a couple seconds to go, and let's get through quickly to Q2. And we'll find out if everybody was kept. Yeah, everybody was kept for qualifying 1 there. And fastest man, QXR with a 1:30.9. I think we'll definitely see quicker throughout the pack. I believe we'll see some people maybe just sandbagging since they know they're safe, and it's Q2, and we'll really see the times I think pop up in Q2. We'll see the people, the likes of Kehoe, Street Racing, and Nicholas Nick obviously to improve on their laps for sure. We'll get underway here in Q2. We'll start to see people getting knocked out now. It'll be the top 10 just progressing into Q3. I think we're going to have a Williams, I think I'm first on, no, it's a Toro Rosso, first out on track. There's Nicholas Nick, who comes out first onto the track. He's on the medium compound tyres, as he was on the hards in Q1. He does like to change it up a bit in every session. He wants to choose to ignore the softs earlier on in the session. And thank you guys if you can join if you have joined us. If you guys are new, please hit a follow and comment down below who you think is going to get pole position here in qualifying, your top 3 prediction, and also comment your prediction for the top 3 finish of the race, who you think will win this Grand Prix. Definitely a lot of candidates who could definitely have a chance of winning. Say everybody can, but there's the top drivers in here, and a few of them have definitely got a good chance of getting pole. And Nicholas Nick coming back in the pits. So he's not going to start a lap just yet on the mediums. So we'll watch Richie Skills, we'll watch the man who's first on a lap. Yeah, it's FFR Michael. He's on the medium tyres as well. 24.6 in the first sector. A little bit slower than we were seeing in Q1. Watching through the long sweeping corners here. Wide again on the entry. Takes a tight line and getting now to the right hand side. Tight line all the way through. Through into the left hander. Early in the power as you can. Using all the track. 33 dead in the middle sector. Clips the apex well. A bit too early, too much on power there. Clips the left hand side of the curb. That will definitely compromise his time going down this straight. So we're losing time right now. We've seen a few. Oh, we got Richie Skills out of the session. Maybe somebody got going by. Yeah, look, he's lost it. He's just completely lost the back end coming out in the exit of that right hander onto the straight there. And that's such a shame. He was just desperate to get on power, I think, and he just lost the back end curve, I think. So that is a shame. As we see FR Michael 133.7 sets the benchmarker. So Richie Skills is out of this qualifying session, so we know we're going to lose him for sure. And such a shame to lose him. He didn't get to set his lap. ABR Lethal goes faster than Legion Standard by 2/10, 133.3. He is also on the medium compound tyres. Got a Mercedes coming across the line now, and that is Kemi. A little bit too fast for me to click through, but we caught him finally. A 132.8 on the medium tyres. So the Iceman could be safe with that through into Q3. Next to come across the line we've got a Haas, and it's the Flying Scotsman, straight racing. Coming into the hairpin, keeps it tidy. He was definitely a Flying Scotsman in Bahrain on the charge for a win, but he couldn't get it. But is he going to be flying with this lap as he comes across the line? He just goes behind Kimi. And so 133.0. Just ahead of Lethal, 3/10 ahead of Lethal, the gap. Got a Toro Rosso coming through, got Nicholas Nick on the hards, interestingly. So he's just coming in from the mediums. Oh, the Red Bull's lost it in the background and just manages to save it. So a really good save there from Red Mist. He just kept out the barrier, spun it. Oh, he's actually hit the front wing. He's actually giving himself damage there. And he's back going again, so a good save there. As his teammate's just coming through behind, he'll pit. So a good save there from Red Mist, who nearly knocked himself out. As we see Sufyan coming through to start his lap on the mediums. So a very close moment there from Red Mist. Just lost it in the back end there again on the curb and just sent it straight to the wall, but he was managed to keep out of it for now. So we've seen a few people cut out in the curbs and going a little bit wide when they don't really need to, like going onto that back straight. Just a lot of people just being greedy on exit, and it's just sending them wide. So QXR is just starting his lap in the medium, so a lot of people on the mediums. Got Kepu in the softs, interestingly. Nicholas Nick on the hards. We'll watch him coming into the hairpin, see how he got on this lap. He's got a Haas in the way. Let's go straight on the pit lane. It's not bothered him too much. Uses all the road, and that isn't a validation. So that 34.3 would have put him at slowest of them all so far anyway. But he's invalidated this lap and next lap, so I'll not be happy about that, I don't think. But red mist to he's not in a lap just now, but I wonder if he'll go into the pits to get more fuel or he'll start this lap. Yeah, he'll go into the pits and on board another fuel. He's just overshot the the pit lane there, and I didn't think he wanted to be in that barrier anyway. He's wanting to find one anyway. But I tell you, he didn't want to do a Lewis Hamilton. He was lucky there was no gravel. It was back in 2008. Lewis Hamilton cost him the World Championship. I think it was 2007, I believe. Going wide. And he was lucky there's no gravel chap there. And kept it out of the barriers just that time as well. So he's getting quite lucky just now. And he's definitely pushing the limits here around China, as we'll watch FBL on his first flying lap here in Q2. And we've got QXR going fastest with a 1:32.3, so a big gap to him in the Iceman. So he'll be comfortable and safe with that. So again, fastest. He's looking quick this weekend. QXR, he's not definitely going to challenge here. Yellow sector 2, and has the Mercedes made a mistake? Is he in the wall? There's Williams. We got somebody out. Oh, Kipu I think is out. Oh, what a shame. I didn't see it at the bottom of my screen there. Kipu is out of this session now. I think he's hit the wall on the right on the exit of the final corner. I don't think he's in the pits. I think he just lost the back end again. Well, another driver that's lost the the back end of the car. So again, we've lost somebody else in this qualifying session. As FBL goes fastest with 1:32.2, a tenth quicker than QXR, so pretty close. Jerry Jarvin on the lap. So that's a shame for Kipu. So he'll be starting 14th for this race. I think it was here where he lost the back end, just went to the right hand side where the gravel is. Jerry goes 4 for 1:32.9. So yeah, another driver making a mistake here in China, so these curbs are costly. We've got another yellow, but it's just a Ferrari going slowly in the first sector. And also his FBL. Got the two Red Bulls, red mist after pushing the limits. He's nearly made a mistake, just tapped the wall in the first incident, and then narrowly missing the pit lane. But he's going to set his lap behind his teammate. I wonder if we're going to get some distant tow maybe between the two. I don't think so, because I think they'll be both in a lap. So I think he's kept close to his teammate anyway. So if Red Bull ahead makes a mistake, he might want to carry on and maybe give him a tow. We'll find out. Oh, there's a car coming on at the first set. Oh, that was not good positioning there from Kehoe, but not really much he could do, to be fair. He could have maybe moved to the left hand side, but did compromise his run into turn 1, that's for sure. It's quite hard to get out of the way as soon as you come out that pit lane. 24/7 in the first sector, wide in the hairpin. Is he just going to scrap this lap? He'd really made already a few mistakes, but we'll ride on board with FR Michael instead. He's slowest of the time so far. Coming into the middle sector, so he's a 53.1, a tenth and a half down in his lap as well, so no improvements here. So Red Mist looks like he's really struggling in this session to really hook a clean lap in. His teammate coming down the back straight here. into the hairpin, keeps it tidy. His teammate is struggling just behind. And for Michael coming around the final corner now. Is he going to improve on his time? He needs an improvement. This could be his final lap of this qualifying session, and it's a 1:33.6, sorry. But it's not jumped him anywhere. And his teammate, see, 3 seconds down. I think he's going to go on a lap now, clean into turn 1, as he had no cars in front of him this time. He's got his teammate up ahead who could give him a toe on the back straight. If they maybe are in a party together, maybe some tactics for Red Bull could help him get out of the session. Let's watch his first sector time. It's a 24.5, 2/10 up after getting held up, I think, by that Alfa Romero. But keeps it clean through the hairpin this time. Swooping corners, left and right handers. Great sequence of corners. To the right, chucks it over to the left. Very tidy through here in the middle sector. Good exit as well. His teammate gets out of the way, interestingly, so no toe where it could have been really goes wide as well on the entry into the left hander there. I would have thought at least the Red Bull. Oh, and he's lost the back end, and this time he's round again. And is he going to go to the barrier? He does. He clips the barrier this time. He just kind of almost thought it was coming. Oh, and that's such a shame. He's just not getting it right here today. And he's got a damaged front wing. And that will be Red Mist out of this session. That is a shame. That he just couldn't hick up his lap. Nicholas Nick, interestingly. Sorry, he's just gone fastest. I want to see what tyres he's on. He's on the mediums. FPL fastest, as we've seen earlier. But yeah, Red Mist. Kehoe jumps up to 4th, so he's safe. Lethal could be in trouble here. Sufyan, Legion Standard, is in the drop zone. He's on the softs, interestingly. So he's desperate to get out here. But is Farmichael going to go for one more lap? It does look like he's saved his ERS. Cooling the tyres down. Coming down into the hairpin. But yeah, massive mistake there from Red Mist. He is out of Q2. Another man that's getting caught out on this track. We'll see a few mistakes, just it shows how much everybody is pushing. Interestingly though, FR Michael has decided to pit. He must not have an extra lap of fuel, but he will be starting in 12th place. Just ahead of his teammates, so not a good day for Red Bull. The battle here is for the 10th place here. Sufyan on the bubble. ABR Lethal just ahead in 9th. Legion Standard is in the drop zone. So, one person is going to get knocked out here, and who's it going to be? Well, we're about to find out. Sufyan coming through the first sequence of corners. Just corners you have to be patient on to get on the power. He comes through the first sector with 24.1, so he's 4/10 up. Legion Standard has crossed the line, he's not improved, so it is going to be him that's out of this session. So we do have our top 10. But Sufyan is on a good lap here, but he's on the soft, so technically, if he really knew that Legion Standard had crossed the line, doesn't have to finish this lap. Let me just check if he's on the mediums. Yeah, he is on the mediums, so he doesn't really have to finish this lap. He's 8/10 up in the middle sector. So this is going to put him somewhere, at least if he can keep it tidy, top 5. He doesn't have to finish this lap. He is safe. But I think we are going to see him finish it. Into the hairpin. Keeps it tidy. Straightest line possible. And yeah, I thought he was going to do that. He's not going to finish his lap, so he did know that Legion Standard, I think, he probably did know that he was not going to be getting through. So, good way to just be on your toes and be ready to set a good lap like he just did there if he needed to get through. But he can start on the mediums, and yeah, so I did think he was going to do that. And, that is our qualifying session over Q2, as we have lost leading standard FR Michael. Red Mist has really struggled to put a lap in, and Kipu and Richie Skills, who both crashed out and made a mistake earlier on in this session. As qualifying 3 gets underway here in China, the battle for pole position. Who's it going to be? FBL snatched it last time out in Bahrain, I believe, off Nicholas Nick, who looked really quick, and still does, but we've not seen him on the softs, so we'll finally see him on the softs now, and see what he can actually manage, and we'll see what everybody really can manage on this tyre. Can ABR Lethal challenge for pole position? We'll find out. Definitely just looks like a couple tenths off we've seen in Q1 and 2. But so we start to see drivers come out now on the track. Not sure if it's going to be a dry or wet race, but to me I think it's going to be a dry race, since everybody's starting on the mediums and everybody came out in the mediums. I'm sure we'd have seen a few soft runners if it was going to be a wet race. Could maybe be raining later on. We'll find out anyway. And Nicholas Nick is the first car out on track. Looks like we could have 3 drivers stay in the pits. Sufyan, Kimi and QXR. Last of the pack is Jerry Jarman. Or is it Kehoe actually? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's Kehoe. He is the last man out. Oh, we have got a few drivers actually coming out now. Kimi is coming out, and Sufyan. So the battle Q3 gets underway as Nicholas Nick is trying to knock it out of the park here today this time, unlike in Bahrain, as he knocked that bollard out of the final corner into turn 1, chucks it into the corner. He uses a wide line and gets tighter and tighter as you get to the end of the corner, and chucks it into the left-hander of turn 2, keeps it tidy on exit, right out to the right-hand side. Turn 3 flat out easy. Now into turn 4, late on the brakes just after the curb, clips the apex on exit and put to the floor now as you come to the the best sequence of corners, I would say. Left hander in the middle of the track, a little bit hesitant on the right hander there. Now go wide and cut it into the left hand side, all the track on the right. Uses so much of the track in the exit of that second left hander. Down to the brakes at the 100 metre board, clips the apex well on the left, stroll it through the right, watch your power and don't clip that curb on the left hand side as he does there. Uses a wide line and just full power down the straight, wait for the DRS line, and you're just thinking about the braking zone just at the curb. You don't want to take too much curve in this hairpin. Brakes at the 100 metre board and takes a beautiful amount of curb. Really clean on exit. Now we're full to the right hand side, uses the curb, chucks it into the left, a little bit wide and exit, but it will do, comes across the line. And it's a 131.6 is the benchmark. We've got Jerry Jarvinen coming out the final corner. Where does he go? Even faster, 131.4. So that must have been a really good lap there. Street racing a couple tenths down, 31.9. So a really good lap there. ABR Lethal goes fastest, interestingly. So a really good lap there from Lethal. Takes it away from Jerry Jarvinen. I did think maybe he could have a challenge into this session. To get pole position, Deadshot goes 4th, 31.7. And FBL takes it away though by 4 tenths, a massive gap. It's a massive gap, takes it with a 131.0. And takes it away from Lethal. QXR we're still waiting for on a lap. Kimi and Sufyan, Kimi coming through the middle sector. Sufyan into the hairpin now, we'll watch him come out into the final corner now. Or is he just... no, he's just taking a tight line. Doesn't look like it's going to challenge for pole though. Comes across the line, 132.5, slowest of the pack. Kimi now, can the flying fin put it on pole? Can he get anywhere close to it? Well, he goes 4th, 31.5, half a second down. QXR will keep an eye on him now, he's on the lap, he's on a lot of track on the right. As he should. 51.4 in the middle sector. Wide on exit, using as much road as possible. Opens the DRS. And just focusing on the braking now, coming into the heavy. Hairpin. Throws the car in very well. Now into the final corner. Chucks the car in, a little bit wide, gets away with it. Crosses the line, it's going to be close, it's a 131.1. Second fastest FBL has taken provisional pole just now. As he did in Bahrain, took it away at the last second, but he sets it early here in China. So FBL's fastest, QXR second, ABR Lethal third, Jerry Jarvinen 4th, Kimi 5th, Nicholas next 6th. Deadshot 7th, Street Racing 8th, Kehoe 9th, Sufyan 10th. It's quite close to be fair, the times. All in the 31s, the top 9. Sufyan just a little bit off the pace, could maybe improve, he might have made a mistake. So everybody will now come into the pits and put a new set of softs, the lowest amount of fuels they can carry. So we'll see what everybody can do. They'll show everything they've got for sure in that last final lap to the end of the session. And Luke's 2003 saying nice pad advantage. Well, I'm guessing that might be to FBL or QXR. There's everybody in the pits now. We're got Jerry Jarvinen. We've got a few people out early already, to be fair. So we'll see. Do these people actually come around the final corner and set their lap, or they'll head in back into the pits? It's quite interesting to see that we've already got people out so early. Still 3 minutes left on the clock. he's a dead shot on the lap 23.9 in the first sector. He's a tenth and a half up on his lap. Street racing just ahead. I think he's got Jerry Jarvin out in front of him. He's quite close to him. No, not that close to be fair. Thought he was maybe going to try to get a tow with Jerry Jarvin just up on his time. Street racing, 10th up on his time. If he was to get a 10th, it wouldn't really jump him anywhere because he's a bit more than that if he wants to get a little bit higher. Dead shot, still on a good lap. He's improving on his lap, takes a wide line. Kehoe 3.5 tenths up on his lap already, so he's definitely got more in the bag. Here we go. Jerry coming across the line. He goes fourth at 34 and 31.5, but not improvement. Street racing can't improve in his lap. What about Deadshot coming in the final corner? Goes wide, misses the apex completely in the last sector. He was 2 tenths up to be fair, and that is such a shame. That really cost him on that lap. Behind on board Kehoe, 2 tenths in the middle sector, so he could jump. Maybe 6th place, maybe. Put Street racing under pressure. All the runners now coming out on the track to set their flying lap. If they're flying a lap. So we have to keep an eye on everybody. To see who's actually going to come through next. Who's actually on the lap? We've got Kehoe coming out in the final corner now. Can he improve in his position? It's a 31.9. Sorry, a 31.2 even. He goes third. We had a wee glitch there, so a really good lap there from Kehoe. Jumps up there, right up to the top, just ahead of Lethal. But we know Lethal's on a lap, we know QXR's on a lap here, half a tenth up in the first sector, so it's crucial. Get right, a little bit of curb in the exit there into the second left-hander. Might have cost him a wee bit. Has a tenth down in the middle sector. So FBL starting his lap. Kimmy just improving. Yeah, 3 tenths up, so Kimmy's going to jump here. He's going to be quite close to the top runners if he can really ace this last corner. Last sector. Nicholas Nick, 10th and a half up, looks a little bit down here. Struggling to get some good pace. Sufyan up on his lap, struggling to get good pace in around the Chinese Grand Prix here today. Doesn't look as quick as he did last weekend, but his QXR going to try and take it away on his last flying lap. Oh, just improves by 16 hundredths, but it's not enough to take pole position away from FPL. What about Lethal? A 10th up in the middle sector. Doesn't look like he's close enough though. Kimmy, the one a good lap, goes wide at the last corner. Comes across the line. It's a 1:31.0. He's just pipped FPL with a couple of hundredths to spare. A really good lap there. Final sector to perfection there from Kimmy. But Nicholas Nick coming round the hairpin. He's 4 tenths up to be fair in the middle sector. Might not all be Kimmy's here. As if Nicholas Nick comes out the final corner. I don't think. Oh no, it's not enough. Oh, would you believe it? Just misses out. It's in the same 10th as well. Lethal comes across the line. Oh, he's just missed out as well. 8 thousandths off second as well. Oh, what a shame. But FBL still on a lap though. Can FBL take it away from Kimmy? They're all top 3 within 1/10. Comes across the line. Oh, it's a 1:30.6. FBL 444 takes his second pole position in a row. And that is a fantastic lap to bring out the bag. The last part yet again of qualifying 3, like he did in Bahrain, snatched it at the end. And what a lap. And what an end to the Q3 there. And everybody tried so hard to try and get Kimmy, but in the end it was FBL to snatch it away. And they put as much effort as possible to take it away as Kimmy, as I was just saying, and they just all missed out. Nicholas Nick in the end did actually jump up to 3rd. I did actually oh, we're going to crash. Lethal's car just crashed into the back of Nicholas Nick there. Not his fault, but the AI just crashing into the back of the car. which will not do anything to his position or anything, but yeah, so close. I did doubt Nicholas Nick, to be fair, but he did find a lot in that middle sector, and he was able to find some good pace. Still a rapid lap, even though he's third place. The top, from second to fourth, roughly all, or fifth, sorry, roughly all in the 10th. FPL though, grabbing out 3.5 tenths on that final lap, yet again taking it away, running the show. So a really good lap there, and takes his second pole position. The rest of the field, Kehoe did jump up to roughly third or fourth, but in the end ended up down in 6th place. QXR in 5th. I mean, I would say it was not maybe his position I thought he was going to get, but it was really close within the 10th. Within the 10th, the couple of drivers ahead. Jared Jarvin in 7th place. Street Racing, the Flying Scotsman, had to settle for 8th place in the end. Deadshot starts in 9th, and Sufyan rounds up the top 10 of the field. Couldn't really improve on his lap. Ended up with a 131.9. So 2 tenths off Deadshot. Usually we take a 5-minute break just before the race here. If nobody readies up before the 5 minutes, so if you just want to bear with, get food, go to the toilet or anything like that, and we should get underway in about 4.5 minutes. As the formation lap starts here for the Chinese Grand Prix, and 20 laps of this circuit, and I believe it is a one-stop race to the mediums to the hards. You know, but of course I guarantee we will see a safety car like we did see a couple of virtuals in the Bahrain Grand Prix. I think we only seen one proper safety car in Bahrain, so I guarantee we will see one today. As FBL leads the way, Kimi putting his lap, doing his lap well, puts him second ahead of Nicholas Nick, who was starting pole last time out, but has to settle for a third. Can anybody challenge FBL into turn 1 or in this race? We will find out. As Lethal starts in 4th, QXR in 5th, Kehoe and the 2 Alfa Romeos, Jerry Jarvin in 6th and 7th, Street Racing and the Flying Scots in 8th, Deadshot starting 9th. Hopefully we'll get a good start today. Sufyan in 10th, Legion Standard in 11th, FFR Michael in 12th, Red Mist, who struggled to put a qualifying lap in just back there in qualifying. Can he string a good 28 laps here in this race and try and get back up the field? He's on the hard compound tyres, and he'll put qualifying behind him. I'm sure he'll be fully focused on this race as he starts from 13th. And Kepu and Richie Skills, line up the back of the field, 14th and 15th. I'm sure Kipu's going to make his way through the field after making that mistake as the Renault in qualifying, as they will both be putting qualifying behind them and focusing on this race. As we see the leader bunch them all up as they're pretty quick close together around that lap, and line up on the grid and get ready for the start of this Chinese Grand Prix. And I'm sure it's going to be an exciting one. China always does spring up a couple of good races back in a few years into the real life F1, but sadly for the 1000th Grand Prix in real life didn't really spark to be a good race. But can today's Grand Prix here in T2 spark to be a good one? We've got 5 red lights for the Chinese Grand Prix. Lights out, away we go. We have a massive jump start for Jerry Jarvin. He's just moved up to pole position from 7th place, I believe, but FBL leads properly into turn 1. The Mercedes has to settle in behind Nicholas Nick and ABR Lethal going side by side through turn 1, and I think we have a spin in the background. Legion Standard in 13th, and looks like everybody a bit of contact there flying up in the background. The Ferrari and Lethal going wide in the back of the shot. And the Red Bull of Red Mist, oh what a shame, after a bad qualifying, has made a bad exit of turn 2. He's down at the bottom of the field. Slight contact there between Lethal and Kimi, making contact. I don't know if the Ferrari or the Mercedes has, the Ferrari and McLaren have damage. Nicholas Nick down to 6th place. We have everybody just settling in. The Renault, the Red Bull and the Mercedes fighting there. Kipu up to 10th already. FR Michael down to 11th. But a poor start after a poor qualifying for Red Mist. He's jumped to the back of the field, but it is Jerry Jarvin. I will definitely take a penalty. That will definitely cost him for sure. Who leads this Grand Prix, and he will take a drive-through penalty for sure within the 3 laps as FBL leads this Grand Prix after a good start. It'll be Kimi in second, off to the background. There we go. I think Kehoe, yes, Kehoe in the background going very wide. They'll follow into the slipstream, and you see the Williams, a really good shot there, the back straight. There's Jerry Jarvin through the hairpin. So we've got somebody diving down the inside, and it's not Max Verstappen, it's Kehoe down the inside of the Haas. Street Racing has to go wide and take a void in action. Oh, and Kehoe going wide on the exit of the hairpin. And round the outside goes Deadshot. Deadshot and Kehoe coming together. We've seen that before, and looks like Kehoe, Deadshot makes it up to 5th already, so a really good start for Deadshot as we've got Jerry Jarvin, Nicholas Nick and Street Racing all in the pits. Jerry taking his try-through penalty for a massive jump start. That puts Lethal up to 3rd after that poor start, but we see Nicholas Nick onto the hards, I believe for a new front wing it is, and Street Racing taking a time penalty as well. So some interesting, as we didn't really pick it up on that first lap. Some interesting pit stops already, so Nicholas Nick already hampered from the start. FBL in absolute cruise control just now as he leads this Grand Prix by only 8 tenths of a second. We've got Michael, side by side actually, Lethal and QXR down the inside, and he's through. Past Lethal, takes 3rd place away but I'm sure he's not going to give that third place up. He'll be able to get close up to the back of the back straight and be able to charge another go, maybe into the hairpin. As Kipu now up to 9th after a few pit stops already. Oh, the Mercedes going a little bit wide there. He now chucks it down the inside. Actually, Kipu trying to defend off Serpiano. Look at that! Two, one on the outside, one on the inside. One on the outside will go first. Red Mist follows through, and Kipu loses out massively. That's being in the middle of that sandwich, as he'll now go to the outside and he'll get a toe off Serpiano. Surely will bring him past the Red Bull of the Red Mist, but Red Mist will keep down the inside, and he defends it well. Kipu going to try maybe do the cut back. He can't quite manage it, and has to settle down for 11th, and he loses 2 places that exit out to the back straight there. DRS is enabled now, so we'll see a few cars with a bit more advantage, as Kipu taking a wide line there. And Jarvin, Nicholas, Nick and Street Racing quite far back, as Bill Williams starts to increase his gap in the lead. As, we don't really hear that in real life, but he's opened the gap to 1.5 seconds. QXR breaking late there, trying to keep up with Kimi, as Lethal has dropped back out of the battle of QXR. So he's dropped down to 4th. And so looks things have calmed down slightly, and looks like the top 3 are ready to just go away with this race and battle it out themselves. It's quite a close top 3 to be fair. Keeps coming back down again. Lethal will have to keep out an eye on Deadshot, who's definitely having a good race this time. Up in 5th place, Kehoe 6th. It'll be interesting to see that battle. And Richie Skills up to 7th. A really good start for Richie Skills, by the way. He was down in roughly last place, and he's now up to 7th, battling for the points. So a really good start for him. I'm sure he'll be loving life right now as he's in the back of Kehoe. He'll have the DRS, but he'll not be able to manage, as we see up ahead. Deadshot and maybe our Lethal. Lethal really struggling. He's got Legion Standard side by side with Kipu. He's down the inside of Kipu, and he's made the move stick, and it looks like Kipu's got damaged front wing on his left hand plate. That is a massive shame, as he does come into the pits. So Kipu in trouble after a good start has sadly gone backwards, and finds himself in the pits. He was in the hard tyres, so that's a shame, and he'll be putting a new front wing on for sure, and the medium tyres go on the Mercedes. The gap is 1.5 seconds up top. There's a Deadshot pretty close to the back of Lethal now. This looks like he'll be in the DRS. As Deadshot goes down the inside of Lethal, he goes down the inside, and Lethal really struggling, and Deadshot has made the move past Lethal. Lethal looks like he's maybe going to try come back around the outside. Well, he does, but he goes into the pits, so Lethal struggling in this Grand Prix, and he's now coming to the pits, and not really a good start in the end for Lethal, to be honest, but he's pitting now. We'll see what tyres he comes in on, and the hard tyres. Aye, what are you saying? Right, sorry about that, and We've seen ABR Lethal just went onto the hard tire. I think it was the hard tires actually. Was it yeah, hard tires. And QXR now, he's up to second place trying to defend off Kimmy. Deadshot, as we said, good start. Kehoe 5th. So Richie's close to the back, and we could see, I was going to say, could see Kimmy go down the inside into the hairpin, but he's not going to actually be close enough to have a challenge. So we'll have to stick in, but we've got Richie Skills and for Michael. Sufyan is pretty close here to the back of Michael. Is Michael going to go defensive? He sticks to the outside line, the racing line, and dive bomb into the hairpin. Can he stop it late in the brakes? But I think Michael was already going to do the cutback and exit. He wasn't going to wait around. And a really good move there from Michael. Kept that. Was able to keep that 7th place. His teammate Red missed after making that mistake on the start. It's not close behind. It's close behind. So a few gaps in the back there. Well, we've got ABR Lethal in the back of Street Racing. So QXR is under pressure from Kimmy, as we said earlier. Can we make a pass for second place? So it looks like FBL's got this control, the race under control for now. Deadshot on his own in 4th. Kehoe 5th, defending off Richie Skills, who's made a fantastic start to this race. In the background we've got 3 cars, the Red Bull and the Racing Point and a sandwich. For the Red Bulls, a great shot at this overboard of the 2 battle for 6th, sorry. And can Richie Skills get close to the back, as we got QXR actually very close to the back, as we've seen the past 2 laps. He'll open the DRS, can he challenge one into the hairpin? QXR goes defensive, he's showing that he's not going to open the inside line, but he goes back to the racing line. A little bit awkward into the hairpin though, compromises his exit. Kimmy can't get alongside. Gets it really close into the hairpin. Decent exit. Won't be close enough, I don't think, to have a go on the inside. But we could run it around the corner. Maybe he'll take the outside line. Though QXR goes a little bit wide, but nothing given there. Richie Skills and Kehoe. Sufyan and Michael going side by side into turn 1, right on the outside. Sufyan goes, he wants to get out the Red Bull sandwich, but the Red Bull's not going to give up easy. Michael side by side, but it looks like Michael has to give way to the inside. Sufyan is through, but it's not over yet as they come down the hairpin. Well, it could be over because Sufyan's got a really good exit out of that turn 2. Michael has a think about it, but he's not close enough. So, really good job there from Sufyan to get a good clean run to deny any challenge into the hairpin, and maybe Lethal challenge into the hairpin here in Street Racing. Caught up well, as they think, but oh, we got a Red Bull off. It is FR Michael. He's made a mistake and he's now down out of the points. He's in 11th place. He's made a mistake. Is there any front wing damage? Doesn't look like it. So I think he's just lost the back end going round the right hander in that middle sector. So that's a shame. He's lost out dramatically there. He was in the battle with Sufyan. We've got Kehoe and Richie Skills. And Richie Skills looks like he has a Mercedes engine in the back there. And easily past Kehoe. He is charging. He's into 5th place now. Reminisce of Daniel Ricciardo coming through the pack, but I think it was 2018 I want to say. He's now up to 5th place. Kimmy still just within a second, 3 seconds off the leader. It's really close up to the back of McLaren, but he unable to get away through. Kehoe dropping away now from Richie Skills. See if these two can catch up with them. Looks like Sufyan is catching Kehoe. We're at Lethal, he does get past, so we missed that. Lethal passed, I believe, probably in the hairpin. He's now up to 13th place. So he has to settle for 14th and Kipu down in 15th, a little 9 seconds behind them. We got Kiho and Sufyan ghosting there. Sufyan is through actually. So Kiho is really struggling, unless he has got front wing damage. Yeah, he has. I was going to say, surely he's got front wing damage. He can't be going that slow. Oh, we got a Haas off. It's Legion Standard. He's made a mistake. He lost the back end of the car coming out that right-hander. Oh, resets to track. I don't think you're allowed to do that, but we'll find out after the race. But yeah, a reset to track after that mistake. It's cost him down to 12th. Nicholas Nick goes by. And so he's just lost the back end on the hards. And yeah, Sufyan passing Kiho. Kiho is really struggling. He stayed out. So Red Mist will be able to get him past him pretty quickly if he's on damaged front wing and the left end plate. And we've got Kimmy really close to the back now of QXR, closest he's ever been. And FBL keeping that 3-second gap. And surely this is a chance for the Mercedes Flying Finn to have a go and get second place. Seeing the Renault have a Mercedes engine, is the Mercedes going to produce the Mercedes engine? But it looks like QXR, looks like he's getting fantastic runs out of that right-hander. Looks like that's what's actually keeping him ahead here. So really good job so far from QXR, just saving his ERS and getting a good drive into the just before the back straight. Kimmy is struggling to get to the back of him. As he's able to get close. Oh, and we've got a Mercedes off, and it is Kipu. And he's lost the back end. People struggling. We've seen FL Michael make a mistake there. And Kipu really quite far down in this Grand Prix. After made a decent start, to be fair, got to about 10th I think it was, but sadly made up front wing damage I think. And he's struggling in this race, but he's hoping for a safety car, I'm sure. It looks like Street Racing is kept close to the back of ABR Lethal. Looks like they're both taking a lot of corner there, curb there. As, they're both catching, I think, their teammate Legion Standard. A massive gap, by the way, to 4th and 3rd. Dead shot on his own, but 2.5 seconds ahead of Richie Skills. Sufyan, though, looks like he's keeping behind Kiho. Doing a decent job, to be fair, keeping it in 7th. Trying to make those medium tyres last. And obviously with that damaged front wing, it's costing him a lot of time. He'll be pretty annoyed about that. As Sufyan and Richie Skills, is Sufyan going to have a go again? The Mercedes Kimmy couldn't get past QXR into the hairpin. So again, struggling to get a good exit onto the back straight. As we see Richie Skills trying to break the DRS here. Can't make it enough though, but Sufyan late in the brakes, chooses the outside line. Is he going to go all the way around the outside? Not quite. And Red Mist, oh, he's just gone too deep. He tried to take advantage, and out of that he's lost the position to Jerry Jarvin. And did the jump start in this Grand Prix. We've got Kiho now in the pits after his front wing damage. He's decided to come in. He's clearly losing too much time under that front wing. And he'll now go onto the hard tyres. Could he possibly make it to the end of the Grand Prix? It's possible. But whether or not he'll be... Oh, a really slow stop here. Oh no, sorry, yeah. So the front wing damage. And Legion Standard and ABR Lethal fighting. As Legion Standard looks like he just wants to start cutting some grass as he's spending his time down in 12th place. His teammate might have a go down the inside. Don't clash, teammates in the same team, but Street Racing keeps the bit of him with his teammate on the track. Can that Mercedes Kimi not close enough? Back again. QXR, so he can't really challenge. Nicholas, Nick and Van Michael pretty close. Rowan QXR's in the pits now, so he's coming in. He'll try and do an undercut to break the gap from Kimi. Kimi's going to have to push hard. Now he's got a yellow on sector 3 and it's the Haas again. Legion Standard makes a mistake. He could have possibly reset to track again because I think he's got front wing damage. Sufyan in the pits as well. Yeah, front wing damage in the front right. So a real shame there for Legion Standard. Nicholas Nick could have a go into turn 1 here. There he is, down the inside. Keeps the inside line, it's the faster line really in this race. He's able to make it stick, able to make his way through up to 8th place, but obviously still yet pit stops to be made. Pit stops have been made, so it's not really 8th place. Yeah. A 5-second penalty for Legion Standard for speeding in the pit lane, so not a good way to come in after making a mistake. It's just now on the soft company tyres, interestingly. Drivers are pretty spread out right now. So Kimi will be pushing hard now to try and do an overcut on QXR. He could get held up, to be fair, behind Jerry Jarvin. So I wonder if Mercedes maybe stays out longer. Well, he doesn't. He chooses not to. He uses as much of the road on the pit line, trying to gain as much time as possible. As the race leader is in from this Grand Prix as well, making no error so far. The race leader kept it clean. And puts on the hard tyres. A good stop there. Oh, and the racing point's off. Sufyan off, and he's got front wing damage. Loads of people going off, and that the right hander. He's back on track now, but he's got damage. And Kimi is gonna get ahead, I believe. Yes, only just though. So just gets ahead of Kimi there. Nicholas Nick now up to 5th. So undercut kept it stick, and kept his position. Didn't lose any time or gained any time really. Jerry Jarvin and Deadshot in the pits. Deadshot now down to the bottom into the field now. Street Racing in 8th and ABR Lethal now up to 7th. See if they can maybe get those. Yeah, massive total loader. See if they can get the hard tyres to the end of the Grand Prix. Lethal trying to make a comeback here in this Grand Prix. Kimi is very close to the back of QXR, as we've seen throughout this race, and still can't get by the McLaren. These two have got identical finally identical race pace. So it's pretty tough for Kimi to get by, as we see QXR set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, so that's why it's quite hard, as we see in the background the Red Bull with Van Michael come into the pit lane. So I presume he could go into the hards. Yeah, he puts on the hard compound tyres. Richie Skills goes by up to 8th now. Oh, side by side, Sufyan and Deadshot. Oh, Deadshot taps him again, just to make sure he's off the track. And well, oh, and there's front wing damage, and Deadshot looks like he's lagging a wee bit there. Yeah, a little bit of lag there. And he goes down the inside. Does Sufyan? As Deadshot looked like he just squeezed him out, and Deadshot's now going to chuck it down the inside. I think damage front wing, or he decides against it. Kehoe looking to try and get through as well. as he tries to look down the inside. Oh, there's slight contact. Did he get damaged front wing? Oh, he did. Oh, what a shame. Kehoe damages his front wing trying to get by a stricken Williams. He's got damaged front wing also, so the damaged front wing virus looks like it's spreading across as he's got Kehoe. And look at the Red Bull going down the inside. Michael not waiting about, just chucks it down the inside. Kehoe lets him by, so I think Kehoe's going to make a pit stop here. As yeah, dead shot. Looks like he's just literally heading off the motorway and lets Michael by. But is he actually going to try and challenge him back here? Surely not. He's got a damaged front wing. He's going to try to go down the inside. And oh dear, the Red Bull breaks late. Oh, hits the back for good measure, does the Williams of dead shot. And I think surely he'll be heading into the pits as Nicholas Nick is into the pits for the final time this race, and also his dead shot, hopefully. Nicholas Nick back on track. It's all about a comeback now for him in this race as he's on the hard tyres down in 12th place. And for Michael, a massive gap to the 8th place, so it's going to be a big race if Nicholas Nick is going to get some good points here today. As the Williams is putting a new wing on him as his teammate is in the lead, so not really what he's wanting to hear and what wants to see. But the Mercedes and McLaren still following each other, still keeping FPL on his toes. There's only two seconds ahead. But FPL really driving a good race today. Look at that, Kimi trying to sense a look, but breaks as late as he can, desperate to find a way through. So a few gaps forming here. Street racing, keeping close to ABR Lethal. Richie Skills, Jerry Jarvin just behind. FPL's that's the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, just for good measure. And we've got Nicholas Nick going, oh, going to go down the inside, and what a Max Verstappen save there from the Toro Rosso driver. And that is a really good save to catch the car, but Kehoe's just going to try and come straight back at him. He's not going to let him breathe. Try to go down the inside. And he can't find a way through. He's got damaged front wing under Kehoe, so he's going to struggle yet again. He had a damaged front wing in the first part of his first stint. Sorry, so he wasn't. He's not going to be happy. He's got front wing damage again. He's got Sufyan in the pits as well. I believe it's going to be medium tyres. Yep, medium tyres and a new front wing for Sufyan. Nicholas Nick now up to 10th place, drifting through this right-hander, and just drift his way through as we've got Kimi close to the back of QXR. This time he's a little bit closer. Surely this is his best chance of the race so far to try and challenge for 2nd place, and I think he is going to do it here. QXR stays to the left. Is he going to go to the right? No. That's for the first time in this race. Kehoe down the inside. Kimi, sorry, down the inside. Up to QXR, but QXR is going to do the cut back and exit. He's going to be on the right hand side. Coming into the final corner. QXR hangs it around the outside, comes back on the track. Now they're going to be side by side into turn 1. None of them have got DRS, but the McLaren looks like he's got a little bit better straight line speed. He's on the inside. Oh, the Mercedes hangs it around the outside. Still side by side through the corner. Now into turn 2. Mercedes is not going to give this up. Kimi knows this is a massive chance in this race, and he's get past, but it's not over yet still. Now into turn 4, the hairpin. McLaren looks to the outside, thinks again, tries to have a look down the inside, but Kimi had good speed coming down to the hairpin, and he's able to hold 2nd place. So some really good racing from the 2nd and 3rd place there. Good to see some battling finally. It's got Richie Skills and Jerry Jarvin very close. Jarvin getting close back in the back of the Renault. And I guarantee that battle for 2nd place is not going to be over. I guarantee that the McLaren is going to come back, and he could do it, to be fair. He's had good exits out of this corner. Looks like Kimi has the better exit this time. But tell you what, this McLaren definitely has good straight line speed. This is probably what McLaren has been able to get good exits and good defensive into the hairpins, but Mercedes is going to go defensive into the hairpin. Kimi goes to the inside, QXR around the outside. All you can find there is the Astro and the curve, and he's not going to have a good exit to keep alongside him. Kimi defends second place very well. Like I said, I'll enjoy second place from now on. You can have the dirty air. Gary Jarvin and Richie Skills going side by side through the hairpin. Jarvin trying to get by. Is he going to try and go down the inside? To the last corner? No. Richie Skills wide and exit. But Jerry Jarvin is going to have the straight line speed. He's going to go out to the outside, fast through, down into turn 1, and completes the move before even getting into turn 1. And he is now up to 7th place. Nicholas Nick is closing up to the back of FFR Michael. So we've got a pit stop, I believe, from Kehoe. Yeah, he's struggling with the damaged front wing. 10 laps to go. He's, I believe, going to go on the mediums. We've got Deadshot and Sufyan battling in the background. I actually didn't know what... Oh yeah, sorry. Got damaged front wing. It's such a shame because Deadshot had a really good start to this race. It's a shame to see him that he's down at the bottom battling here for 13th place. Kimi looking once, looking twice, but has to suffer and step behind him once more. Has really good straight line speed in that McLaren. So Kimi needs to make sure he gets really good exits out of every single corner to not allow a chance, but he hasn't got the best one in this the final corner. Into turn 1, QXR finds second place, holds off the inside line. Red misses in the pits. There's Kimi again, now back down to 3rd place. He has to now settle with the dirty air. And Kimi struggling with the back end there, fighting to find some traction. It's red miss on the mediums. Of course, now very close to the back of Michael. In DRS. It's going to be pretty close between him and his teammate, and nicely red mist lets them by. Go through to turn 1 well, and tries to have a look down the inside, looks to the outside now. Bends it well. Needs to be close enough for the hairpin. Late on the brakes though. Region standards into the pits yet again. For a time penalty as well. Kimi trying to get close to the back of QXR again, but can't challenge into the hairpin. Close, but not close enough to challenge, I don't think, into turn 1. And so he just has to settle into the back of him again, and Nicholas Nick still trying to hunt for Michael. Sufyan could be have a chance to get past in the back straight here, but doesn't look like he'll be close enough, to be fair. Unless he has the straight line speed of the McLaren, he's going to be able to close up really well. Nicholas Nick is in the pits again, interestingly. Has he got damaged front wing? He has. He has got a damaged front wing, so maybe he tried to get past FFR Michael. Maybe there was contact between them. He's now on the mediums, and that is such a shame to see for Nicholas Nick. That's really going to cost him in the points. He'll not be able to get any points, I don't think, in this race. So not a good day for Toro Rosso. Kehoe sits the fastest lap in the mediums in the back. He's the back of the field in 14th. Michael, Kimi again not able to get past in the hairpin. These two have been running neck and neck through the whole race so far. Kimi using as much road on the exit as possible there to try and get ever closer to the back of the McLaren. Who has really good straight line speed, as we said. But still have to follow for another lap behind. Street Racing 2 seconds behind ABR Lethal in 4th. Lethal a good come back into this race after a little mistake at the start there, and Street Racing right into the barriers, and it's in the pits, interestingly. Didn't expect that. And it's going to be for soft tyres. To be fair, he is going to get out ahead of Michael. Oh no, he's not, sorry. He'll be behind the two Red Bulls, so I'm sure he'll catch them both to the end on softs. So I wonder if he just couldn't hang on in them hard tyres, or it was just a tactical stop maybe to get fastest lap, but he was going to lose out on points. But look at Deadshot over the back of this Racing Point. So Kepu's into the pits, down to 13th. Again, Kimi just looking at the husky chocolate at the back of the rear wing there of the McLaren. Must be pretty bored. I've seen the back of the McLaren. You'll rather be ahead of him right now. A massive gap to ABR Lethal, 18 seconds ahead of 4th place, so a massive gap between the top 3 and the rest of the field. ABR Lethal, as we were just mentioning, gets a 3-second penalty for exceeding track limits, I believe. So it's going to be close between him and Jerry Jarvinen to see how many penalties Jerry has. As we already see, actually, Street Racing is already to the back of these Red Bulls, so this is going to be an interesting battle for 7th place. Sufjan 23 seconds behind, defending a pack here. Nicholas Nick, who's just pitted, they're all charging. Oh dear, the Williams of Deadshot's got more damage front wing. I wonder how he got that, unless there was contact between maybe him and the Toro Rosso. Didn't quite see it, but Nicholas Nick is going fast, and he's going to go pretty fast past him because he's the Racing Point of Sufjan is now coming into the pits. And Sufjan speeding in the pit lane will cost him 5 seconds. Be pretty disappointed about that. Soft tyres and another pits up for the Williams as well because of the damage front wing, and softs goes on Sufjan. Well, he won't get fastest lap because he's out of the top 10. Well, he won't get a point for it anyway. But he is outside the top 10 as we see Lethal, BL lead this Grand Prix. 2nd and 3rd close behind, still battling away. It's got, I think it's a lap car. With Sufjan. Lethal in the background. And also in the background is Jerry Jarvinen. We're going to see Street Racing and go past FR Michael. Michael can't come back. Soft tyres have just got supreme grip right now. As, he now goes charging after his teammate. FR Michael's been done some good defending today. I'm sure we'll see Street Racing get past the Red Bull pretty quickly. Down into the hairpin maybe, and he is going to have a look down the hairpin. Red Bull tried to defend it. He's going to try hang it around the outside, but already with a supreme grip, that Haas is going to be already through. Although Red Bull tries to tuck it down the inside, but not enough grip, and Street Racing is quickly by the Red Bulls, so he'll be happy with that. He has got a few laps to go. He's got 12 seconds to try and catch Richie Skills. It's going to be a tough task if he's maybe going to try and catch some of these on hard tyres. He's got Nicholas, Nick and Kipu running pretty close together. Kipu on the softs, Nick on the mediums. As ABR Lethal is in the pits, interestingly, so I wonder if a lot of these hard tyres are just struggling to get to the end of this Grand Prix. I'm really surprised that Lethal is making a stop right now. It blows my mind, to be honest. But he comes on for a set of soft tyres. It's going to really cost him. Street racing is going to go by him, to be fair. Or is he? It's going to be close. Yes, he is. Is he going to get ahead of the Red Bulls? The Red Bull trying to go secret around the outside. He does go around the outside. That's going to cost him to try and... Oh, that's a little bit naughty from Lethal. A double tap. And it's going to be double trouble. I think that could be a penalty for the stewards. He just taps the back of Michael twice there. I think it was just misjudgment of ignoring yellow flag. Sufyan as well, he's got a penalty. But could be a penalty for ABR Lethal, just double tap in the back of if our Michael, maybe just a misjudgment of gap ahead of him. So yeah, well, I'm sure there'll be a investigation at the end of this race about that. But can Lethal maybe catch street racing? These guys are going to try and catch Richie Skills, 10 seconds ahead. So, I think it's a little bit impossible. He's not really gaining that much, but this is going to be an interesting battle to see if Lethal can challenge and see out of the two Red Bulls as well, who's going to get ahead of each other. Kimi still fighting. It's not really helping. These guys unlapped, or have been lapped, are actually still fighting, but I think actually, if I remember, that if you are a lap down, you do have to let the guys ahead go through. You can't just keep racing. But I think it's quite hard for these guys to do that. But as we see the Red Bulls going side by side, and now Red Mist is going to try and come back at one another. Battle for 8th place. Red Mist goes around the outside, completes the move. So I'm sure these two boys are going to keep it clean, I'm sure. They're definitely going to need the points. We've got a yellow flag. Our Deadshot is out of the Grand Prix. I think he's just crashed it into the wall on the right hand side, out the back straight. Just coming out of that corner, lost the back end, and oh my goodness me, a safety car is deployed. And I think we could see a pit stop surely, for no or not. Yeah, let the Minden Standard stays out. Sufyan probably stay out, he's on the softs. But a safety car is deployed, and this really does spice things up. We've only got 3 laps of this race to go. This allows QXR to get the back of FPL. We see Kimi. Oh, now this is interesting. Kimi's going to come out on the softs, and he's going to come out ahead of Jerry Jarman because Jerry's 28 seconds ahead. So my goodness, what a tactical stop that is from Kimi. I think that's really caught out QXR as well. I think he was just going to do the opposite, Kimi, to whatever QXR was going to do. We also see Jerry in the pits as well. He'll go on the softs, but Richie Skills, yeah, he thinks it as well. He's going to... Oh, now this allows street racing. He's on the softs. He's on old softs. Not too old. Oh, Legion Standards were disqualified for ignoring yellow flags. Yeah, Legion Standards... Oh, sorry, street racing. He's going to stay out here. And he's going to jump these guys. So, the Flying Scotsman is going to come out in 4th place. Jerry Jarman in 5th. Lethal is actually going to jump for 6th. Oh my goodness, that is close. Jerry Jarman just couldn't get out in front, I don't think. Didn't actually see who actually got out first there. Nick stays out, he doesn't decide to pit, but Kipu does. No, he's on the soft. But safety car is in this lap. And I wonder if FPL is just going to maybe try keep this going. I would see that he'd try and maybe keep us close. Now Kimi is really close to the back of these two. I tell you what, I don't think these two up ahead have got it easy for 2nd and 1st place here. Kimi is in a real chance to win this Grand Prix, and I bet QXR is not going to be happy that the Mercedes has got up to the back of them so quickly. And FPL backing them up allows the people behind of Street Racing, Lethal and Jerry to get closer and closer to the back of these guys. But it's going to be close. FPL will want to go as soon as possible. He can go now. Or is he going to wait for the Haas? He's going to wait a longer. He's going. Oh, QXR has been cut out. He's going to try. FPL goes. And Kimi's got a really good run, the Iceman. Got a really good run to try and go around the outside of QXR. He's going to have supreme grip, surely, to go round the outside into turn 1. Oh, look at that. Swoops around the outside, late on the brakes. I think he's made the move stick. Yeah, he's completely well ahead of him. And that's a really good move. Now Kimi can challenge. FFR Michael is out. Oh, he's into the wall. He is in the wall. He's at the left-hand side of the... yeah, he's just lost the back end. That's such a shame for Michael. They're battling away with his teammate. And we've got ABR Lethal and Street Racing. That's going to be a battle to watch. Nicholas Nick now up to 9th, but still a wee bit behind. The safety car didn't really bunch everybody up. I tell you what, FPL couldn't be really in trouble. Look at the grip. Kimi's going to go down the inside, side by side, round the right-hander. Oh, what a move. But FPL's still there. Kimi is going to have supreme grip and goes right past FPL. And oh my goodness me, has FPL gone and lost this race after such hard work and really good race pace, and just led this Grand Prix from right the start. And I think Kimi is going to go and win this Grand Prix. Wow, would you believe it? FPL still goes back, no DRS, and I tell you what, I think Kimi has just gone and won in this Grand Prix. What a tactical stop from Kimi, it has to be said. You've got to give a round of applause for that, but it's such a shame for FPL after all the hard work he's done. He's led this Grand Prix right from the go. And Jerry Jarvin, Street Racing side by side. Look at Jerry Jarvin, he's got them both, and ABR Lethal's going to try and go sneak down the inside, and he does, but he's still side by side with the Alfa Romero. Oh, Lethal goes round the outside, off the track he goes though. And now Lethal leads the 4th place, Jerry Jarvin 5th, Street Racing 6th now. Legion Standard close to the back of Kipu. Lethal holds his ground. No way through for Street Racing or Jerry Jarman. It's going to be the battle for the back straight. And I tell you what a tactical stop it has been from this Mercedes. And I mean, there's no surprise that Mercedes get the tactics right. We usually see Ferrari bottle it. But what a tactical stop that was from Kimi. Who would have thought he kept patient, he stuck to the back of the McLaren. He threw everything he could, got past him in the end, but then followed behind him. Kimi just had really good straight line speed to defend well, but Kimi just kept patient, and when the safety car came out he chose the right decision. Mercedes got the strategy absolutely perfect to go on the soft tyres, and I think FPL is going to be absolutely speechless by the end of this Grand Prix. They did allow that one to go, but I tell you, Street Racing has allowed these two to go as Jerry Jarvin is going to go down the inside. Lethal side by side. Lethal's got no DRS at all. ERS, but no DRS obviously. Doesn't allow much straight line speed, but it's going to be Kimi who out of nowhere is going to win this Chinese Grand Prix from a brilliant tactical stop. FPL in 2nd, QXR backs it up for 3rd, but it's Jerry Jarvin who's took it away from ABR Lethal on the last lap, who gets 4th. Lethal has been beaten by Street Racing as well due to penalties, has to suffer for 6th. Street Racing will jump up to 5th. Red Mist in the end, after a poor qualifying, jumps up to 7th. A really good comeback from there from Red Mist, and really good job from Richie Skills as well after making a poor qualifying, up to 8th as well. In the end though, Nicholas Nick not having the best of performances as we've seen in Bahrain. Sadly has to back up for 8th. Kehoe as well, not having one of his best races, suffers down in 10th place. Sorry, I think Nicholas 9th, sorry. And Kehoe gets the last point. Legion Standard coming around the final corner now to get 11th place in this Grand Prix. And Kipu is going to back up the field and finishes it in style, shall we say. The Chinese Grand Prix, like the Chinese Grand Prix did do just there. What a race to finish off. The safety car mixed up after quite a quiet Grand Prix, but really did mix up the finish just there. And wow, I guarantee nobody expected Kimi to win this in lap 22 at least. It looked all over and done with for FPL, but Kimi just had the tactic spot on. As I keep mentioning, just such a great tactic. And FPL suffers for second. QXR in the end suffers for third. He did so well to defend second, but in the end suffers for third. And well, I don't think he'll be as disappointed as FPL will be. But Jerry Jarvin in the end just snatched it off. Lethal in the end though had a penalty. Not much penalties to report in exceeding track limit wise. So everyone, well done to everyone there. Kept it pretty much clean. Lethal and who was the other one? Somebody, yeah, Kipu, who didn't finish in the end. But Street Racing 5th, Lethal 6th, Red Mist up to 13th to 7th, Richie Skills 15th to 8th, 9th Nicholas from 3rd place. Such a shame for Nicholas there. And Kehoe rounds up the top 10. Legion Standard in 11th, obviously not getting the point. And well, that is your Chinese Grand Prix. What a race! And Nicholas Nick saying GG to GG to Nicholas, and yeah, that is very much well done to Nicholas. Sorry, GG to Kimi. Sorry, Nicholas was saying, and yeah, fantastic finish there to the race, as everybody is saying. Guys, thank you very much for joining me in this exciting finish there to the Chinese Grand Prix. Please hit a follow if you're new to our new Twitch. This is where the streams will be now on, and I hope you enjoyed the race, because I definitely did. And we'll see you guys next time. I believe we could be heading to Baku. I'm not entirely sure, but obviously if you join us next Saturday at 5:15, you'll find out. And until then, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Goodbye.